Hello, this is Jennifer with Women Loving Jesus, and today we are on Proverbs 12:27. The lazy man does not roast what he took in hunting, but diligence is man's precious possession. Let's break down this proverb a little bit, this verse, because it's like, what is this really saying? And there's a little bit of debate about what it's really saying, but it could be talking about if you go hunting, you're not actually taking the meat afterwards and cooking it, preserving it, doing something with it. You're letting it go to waste, and therefore you don't have that food to enjoy. That's a little bit of the literal translation, is what they're saying. Whereas someone who is diligent will go hunting, take care of the meat, preserve it, cook it what they're supposed to, and then enjoy that meat. Whereas there's a lot of wastefulness with laziness, is what they're saying with the first part of the verse. As I was reading this verse and looking at the explanation of it and studying it, I was just thinking about part of our society, I think, is this underlying idea that a successful person and the goal of our lives should be we all stop working completely. We have a drink in our hand and we're sitting by the pool, or we're sitting on the beach, or whatever it may be, or we got that mountain view. And that is our goal. What I have found just in my therapy and talking to people is those people tend to not be the happiest in their lives. And I think this is tied into that verse, because what happens is when there's something that we do, like we're not just grabbing from the store, we're not just having someone do it for us, we're not just having it, appear right before us. In that process of accomplishing it, it gains a lot of value and it seems to be better. I mean, have you ever taken a seed, planted it, and then let's just say tomato seed, and it's that first tomato from the garden, not from the store, and you've watched it and you've taken care of it tastes better than anything you've ever gotten in the store. Just that whole process, it tastes better. So what I encourage people to do is this idea of finding, and there's so many things you can do. I gave an example of a seed and planting, and then you taste it for yourself, and that brings value. There is woodworking. There's all sorts of different crafts, crocheting, knitting, sewing, quilting. There is planting, art, or growing things, making different foods. So many crafts and skills that you can learn. Maybe you learn several, maybe you focus on one, but doing things for yourself, doing things around the house, maintaining things, doing things with vehicles, all these things can add value to your life. Because what I find is if you live the life of, hey, let me have everybody do things for me and let me be lazy, you miss out on feeling useful. You miss out on enjoying the process, and you can miss out on feeling like you have value. Whereas if you do things, then you can feel useful. You can enjoy that process. Instead of grudging weeding or watering, I'll use the example of the tomato. You can enjoy it. It's like, oh, look, it looked like it grew a little bit. You can enjoy seeing the differences, see the little tomato grow, see it get red. And then you feel like you have value. You may share your tomato, you may have it for dinner. Other people say it tastes good. And so I encourage people that even though our society says the goal is to have everybody do things for you, and that means that there's success, to find things to do for yourself and do for others. And this will encourage your spirit. I thank you for listening, and I hope the Word of God has encouraged you today.